Union Raza Podcast. Iram, if you could take it away from here.
¿Qué onda, racita? Buenas tardes. Iram aquí de Union Raza representando. Here with my co-host,
Alec.
and my brother.
¿Qué hule, Raza? Happy Friday.
And a very, very, very special guest, el mero carpintero, the homie P. Rodriguez. ¿Qué onda, Canelito? ¿Cómo estás?
Aquí andamos. Buenas tardes. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. So, what are you in town for, brother? What's going on?
We've got the 43rd General Convention for the Carpenters Union starting next week, Monday through Thursday. And so a lot of prep going on right now and behind the scenes activity. So.
Qué fregón. So you guys are pretty much working all weekend or un poquito de fiesta?
Well, work hard, you play hard, right?
Yeah, exactly.
When in Vegas, you stay in Vegas, right?
Exactly.
But, no, we do all right. I mean, there's a lot of work that gets put into it, but we always make sure that we take time to enjoy the fruits.
Heck yeah. No, see, I know you guys are all staying in hotels, and you got to party a little bit.
They own a hotel, bro.
I know that's the UBC, right? Yeah, they own a couple of them. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyways, Leslie, you have anything to say about the weekend? What's going on? What are we going to talk about?
So I know that Rav has a video before we get with Pete and tells his story. I know he made a little introduction for any updates of business life in the shop. What's going on in the shop?
I was rushing to get here. I'm not gonna lie, kid. Like right on time. Just sending estimates, really.
So the truth is, the last couple of months, we've been really busy with the stuff for the convention.
Yes.
We did a bunch of stuff that I'm not going to talk about because they're all going to see it, on the week. So we're very excited, very appreciative of what they do and what, they put trust in us and Artkore for. So that's super, super cool. So yeah, ahorita se calmó un poquito. The weekend's coming. Maybe play a little golf. I don't know what's going to happen yet, but that's what's happening at Artkore right now.
Yeah, this week was more about delivering for that convention that they're here for, and it was badass that I know that. How many carpenters are going to be in town?
There's close to 1,900, I believe, delegates across the country, including Canada. Then you have usually a plus one, a guest. So you're looking at close to 3,000.
And that's across the country, all the way from coast to coast?
Puerto Rico, Canada, coast to coast.
Coast to coast.
My plan is to have all those accounts in the next couple of years.
Cálmate, compa.
Ya sabes,
Hey, man.
Heck, that's the plan.
It can happen.
Heck yeah. Dude, I was about to ask you something. I forgot. Is it always thrown in Vegas or?
It gets rotated around, but for the last, let's say, since 2000, I believe it's been held here. Maybe 1995, but it's been a solid 30 years.
Okay, right on. So
I think the last time it was held somewhere else, it was in Chicago.
Okay, Chicago? Never been. Yeah. I want to go check it out. So, Pete Rodriguez, tell me a little bit about yourself. You grew up in L.A., you're from the barrio, Tell me about your early life before you became a carpenter. What made you become a carpenter? What drew you that direction? So,
the misconception or the legend has it is that I'm from L.A. I work in L.A.
You're working in
L.A. I thought you were from L.A.
Yeah, no. My familia, we were all born and raised in Orange County.
Okay.
What we call Santa Banana, Santana, California, right? Santanero all day long. If I don't say it, I got boys like Gilberto and the guys from Santa Ana say, hey, man, you didn't show a shout out. So we were all raised there in Orange County, and most of us, I've got all my cousins and my dad and my mom and everybody that, we're all brought up there in Santa Ana, and then you float around to Orange County, Winter Park, Anaheim, Put it this way, when we knew when the fireworks were going off, because we were close enough to Disneyland that we'd get up on the roof at 10 o'clock, and we'd get to watch the fireworks for free.
Nice.
From a Las Vegas, dude, that's all they to me, bro.
It
really is.
Yeah. Well, most Orange County people, there's always that rivalry. Rob will tell you. Hey,
más en aquel tiempo, güey, los barrios eran otro pedo.
Yeah, no digas. Yeah, we did, but when we talk about barrio, right? I mean, hey man, my mom and my dad and my abuelita, they did a good job of keeping us out of trouble.
Good.
Yeah, they didn't fuck around, man. I mean, it was. You were home before the lights, or when the lights came on, and Tonita, who pretty much raised everybody, my grandmother, she was the hand. You know what I mean? She loved you, but she had with that same hand, te damos unas nalgadas like nothing, and so she gets a lot of credit for for all of us, especially for me, like with the Spanish and the English, I always tell everybody the way we learn Spanish at home, or we continue to learn Spanish because Spanish was your first language. When all the cousins would come home, my cousin Robert and Fifi and Maito, and we would be there around the table eating. If we were talking in English, my grandmother would give us a cachetada. Hey, cabrón, aquí se habla en español. She wanted to know if we were talking about her. That was it. That was it. So little did you know, she was successful at making sure that everybody spoke Spanish and English in the house.
So you're third generation, second generation?
I'm a first generation.
First generation, okay.
First generation American citizen. My dad was from La Capirucha. He passed away like in 2006, I think, and my mom's Cuban. Cuban, so I'm Cuban, Mexican. In fact, the top the top 4 cousins were all Cuban. Mexicans. So we always say, hey, man, what a party they had, right?
We just had Cuban food today,
yeah, Mexicano y Cubano, yeah, all of us. But we were all raised, for the most part, on the West Coast. And so when you hear like the different culture and the different way, the mannerisms and the way we speak and all that, you'll hear the West Coast influence. The influence of my grandmother, Toñita, who's a Mexican background,
Yeah. So high school, is that when you kind of decided I'm going to go to college or I'm going to do the trades? What?
So my cousin and I, we were successful at becoming freshmen at Santa Ana Valley and being transported out to a continuation school as freshmen.
Okay.
So we went to Mountain View High School. And then from there, we continued to get into some trouble. And then that's when the family decided that we needed to go to Yuma, Arizona. So at the end of our sophomore year, we went to Yuma, Arizona. We both went to the same high school there, Cibola, and then where we played, 3 sports. We had to play sports after school to stay out of trouble. And you had to play sports in Arizona because last thing you wanted to do is be outside. You know what I mean? Be chicalorazo, right?
Yeah.
So we played football, we wrestled, and then we played baseball. That way it kept us busy, and it definitely kept us out of trouble.
What was your best sport? You like wrestling or baseball more? Baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah.
But
Pelotero, compa.
Yeah. But I think every single sport, there's a certain trait in every single sport that you take with you for the rest of your life that you use on a day-to-day basis, without a doubt. But we were talking about it on the way here. Sports. It teaches you teamwork. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you how to take instructions. It teaches you how to get an ass chewing, right, and not talk back. And it also teaches you how much you hate to run.
Yeah, I agree. Especially ahorita, and I think they need to bring that back, especially in sports. Like nowadays, everybody gets a medal. I don't think that's fair because the kids don't learn anything.
Yeah.
So I do think everything you said makes sense, but.
How much do you think it affected that competition factor, where all of a sudden everybody gets a trophy? The 5th place is just as important as the 1st place. What did it actually do to a generation? What do you guys think?
Well, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. So, personally, what it is, like I said, it's in the workplace. It's in the out of the sports. I think that's where it affected because a lot of these people, they feel entitled. They feel entitled because they never told me no. They never told me no, that I'm always a winner, I'm always this, so how are you not hiring me? How are you talking shit to me? That's where I see the problem, honestly, with the younger generation. And that's how it affected it. Personally, that's how I think.
Yeah, I think you should have to earn what you get.
Yes.
Right.
If you want to get a participation trophy, then so be it, but you shouldn't get a trophy that's equivalent to the person or to the team that won the tournament.
Yeah, that worked harder.
Or and maybe they didn't work harder. They just got a lucky bounce.
Could be.
Yeah.
The lesson for you is, 1, you didn't win the championship, and 2, that's the way love goes. You know what I mean? You win some, you lose some, and then but you get up, you bounce back. You take the dirt off and you do it again, right? Just for the love of the game.
That's one of the things for me personally. When I would lose, when I was playing like soccer, we would lose. I'd get hella mad. I'm like, what the fuck, like God damn.
Yeah.
But then that drove me to get better. Like, okay, I hate this feeling. I can't lose anymore. Like if I keep losing, bro, I'm not gonna do this. I gotta.
And it's funny because I know you're a golfer too. I see it on your social media.
I wouldn't say golf, but I play.
You play, yeah. So my nephew and I, for a while, we're playing every weekend, and we try to play as much as we can. And same thing, I see it in his face. He has one best shot, and the whole day goes to shit for him. And that's good. That's the drive that you need. You'll know I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, well, you gotta. At the same time, golf teaches you how bad you are at shit.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
right.
For sure.
And it also teaches you not to take yourself so serious.
Yeah, amen.
Relax, take a step back, and and have fun.
And I think that I say in golf is like you can't really blame nobody. It's you,
No, it's you.
Yeah.
and that ball.
Yeah.
You know, it's all mental. It's it's that's the reason I don't even fucking play it, bro. I have nothing to blame to, man.
Yo, and,
I'll just go and have beers with these guys.
and something that I know you can agree and he can agree with, you can have the worst 17 holes, but that 18th hole, when you hit that perfect shot, that perfect drive, it just resets everything. You're like, I love this game.
It makes you come back for more.
Yeah.
Right? So it's that one shot.
That one shot.
That you probably didn't even try to make. And, you say, "Fuck, I'm gonna try this one more time." You know?
Yeah.
And now you're $90 later. You're in the hole, wondering why the hell did you come back at 6 in the morning? You know.
Exactly.
So now it's all to me. Sports plays a major component in my life. And everything that I do, that's for sure.
Qué bueno.
Are they changing that psychology? Are they changing that psychology where you have to earn it instead of everybody gets a
You as a young
reward
man.
As of right now, I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I have no idea. I really don't know. I haven't played.
No, but I was me being your dad. I always made you hella competitive, though. I was like, I would talk shit if you did bad. Like,
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that the same thing. It builds that drive. Like, damn, I want to get recognition for doing good, lifting that trophy. It feels good. It really does.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe got lost by giving everybody trophies.
Yeah.
All right.
The whole why. I mean, I'm looking at your guys' poster board. The whole why gets lost.
Yes.
Right. And if it loses its value, then what is it that you're getting up for in the morning?
Yes.
Right? I mean, let's talk about it. I mean, we just had ourselves a nice cold one, right? And the reason why it was so refreshing is because we've been working our ass off all day.
Yes.
Right.
It feels deserving.
And so
Yeah.
you earned it.
Yeah.
You know, and I've been in situations where you're not working. It's the same beer. It came out of the same refrigerator. It's at the same temperature, but it's just not as crisp.
Yeah.
Right. So, but this year we say, hey man, we're gonna enjoy ourselves a nice beer because we earned it.
Yeah.
Una cervecita.
What's up, Rob?
Yeah, una chela.
Yo, we got some shout outs right here coming in through the Facebook Live. Ray, who was a guest on our previous show. Saludos chingones.
Ray Fedge.
Leo Padilla, let's go. And George, Los
Instructor.
Angeles Carpenters, Local 213 in the casa.
Shout out to you guys. ¿Qué onda? Saludos a todos. You know, you guys. Hey, so let's go back to you. You're like, so, Carnalito, Carpenters. What made you choose the Carpenters from all the different trades? What did you do different from a lot of these guys to make it where you're at right now?
So
In your opinion.
And we got a video to show too, everybody.
No,
we start with
let's show
that?
the video real
Let's
quick.
show the video.
Here's we found the why.
I'm a bridge guy. Most of the work that I did had to do with heavy highway construction. When you say you're a concrete form builder, that means your job is to be ready to pour concrete. There is no such thing as we're not ready to pour because the concrete trucks are already scheduled to come. When you hear somebody like myself or the concrete guy say, hey, get hot, that means we're pouring concrete today. I actually got brought into the trade by my dad. He actually brought me over to the Carpenters Union Hall and signed me up as a union apprentice. That's me and my dad. Yes, we were on the same project, the California Adventure, and he worked for the same company,
How old
but
is
he
that
was
picture?
on the crew with the laborers, so I could tell my kids, hey, me and your abuelo worked on that job. So pretty cool. It molds yourself as a young man, molds you career-wise. There is no such thing as quitting. If you have any pride in yourself and what your last name is, if you're working within an arm's distance or within a shout of your dad, you would never think of not showing up the next day. My back doesn't miss the heavy lifting, but mentally, there's something to be said about working outside in the open and hanging off a wall and being ready for concrete. There's an adrenaline rush that you pick up, and it's pretty cool. I like adrenaline. Being a union carpenter defines me as the ultimate professional in my trade. Defines me as a person, defines me as the head of household, it defines me as dad. Being a union carpenter has given me the ability to provide for my children. And I was able to follow through with what my dad had set his vision on.
So your dad has a lot to do with your
all right, man, he gets the trophy.
Yeah, he gets the trophy.
So my oldest daughter, Marlena, she's 1 year old, and I'm still on the couch at my dad's house. You know, we'd gone through a separation with their mom, and I had gone in and out. You know, I'm no longer in college, not playing baseball. I tried, you know, doing this and that and the other, and finally said, "Hey, cabrón, you tried it your way. Ahora te vienes conmigo. You got to come with me." Yeah, se acabó. You know, because you start doubting yourself, right? Like, what the fuck am I going to do here, you know? Okay. And so my dad was a La Yuna member, a local 652 out of Santa Banana there in Orange County. And he actually found the apprenticeship flyer in the outhouse, in the shitter, at work.
Oh, really?
And so he came home, and it was raining, and he said, "Hey, ya la hicimos, vamos. You're going to join the carpenters. Or I'm going to take you to go to work. You're going to go to work with me," he says. I'm like, what? Let's go. Okay, well, let's go. We get our stuff, and we go to, we take off, and we go past the local, and we go into Orange instead of staying in Santa Ana. And I go, "Hey, pa, I thought we were going to La Yuna. ¿Qué pasó? Pensé que iba a trabajar contigo."
This is your dad right here, right?
That's my dad. Yeah.
That's your pops.
And he says, "Sí, vamos a ir a trabajar juntos, pero tú te vas a ir con los carpinteros." You know? And I go, "Pues no, I thought we were going to work together." He said, No. He goes, No. Tú no vas a estar peleando conmigo para el pinche pico y pala.
I see you at home.
Ese es mi jale, you know what I mean? Yo soy el de la pala. Si tú te vas a meter en la construcción es porque te vas a meter como carpintero. El carpintero es el que empieza el proyecto, es el que termina el proyecto, es el supervisor, es el foreman, es el mayordomo, es el superintendent. And I
So
said,
to him, it was a step up.
It's exactly what you want for your kids. You want your kids to be what he considered to be better than him.
Of course.
And so when I say that, it's no disrespect to La Yuna.
Yeah, nothing wrong with La Yuna.
Hey,
Our dad is retired from.
No, hey, man, hey, el pinche jale es el jale.
Chamba.
But I could say it on behalf of my jefe, who had a union card in his pocket. So, but he says, mira, todos con los que trabajo yo en La Yuna, todos dicen cómo quisieran ser carpinteros. Les gusta lo que es la carpintería. Pero de todos los carpinteros con los que yo platico, ningún pinche carpintero me dice que quiere ser labor.
Yo, is that true, Luna?
So that was my
I
pop.
see it real coming, bro.
Yeah. So that was my pop telling me basically, "Hey, man, I'm here. I'm the one that's going to pour the concrete. You're going to set the concrete forms. We're going to work together, right? But I need you to do something different than me."
Claro.
And so when you think about it, you know, now that I'm fucking 53 years old, you realize what he was trying to put forward. One, bring value to the hard work and the sacrifices that he made in order for his kids to live his American dream, right? Because unfortunately, our parents don't get to live their American dream because they're too busy in the hustle bustle to make your life better, right? And now we're trying to make sure that our kids live our American dream, right? And so all the successes that we have today, if it wasn't for the foundation that our parents put before us, then we would basically be looking for that fucking trophy that everybody gets to have.
Yes, sir.
Right?
What's up, Rob?
Eso te lo vas a ganar, you know?
I got some more shout outs from the Facebook Live. Let's see. Mia Rodriguez. Hey. Jaime Beltran. El Gallo. Larry Garcia. Shout out to you, Jefe, and all on the panel. De Loco 213. Javier Santizo. El Chingon de Chingones. Ray again. And then Alex Madrid right on. Rafael Zamora, saludos de UBC Local 425. Edward Perez, El Mero Gallo.
Claro que sí. Saludos a todos ustedes. Gracias por ver. Don't forget to share and like and do all that fun stuff, especially on the YouTube. Hit the little bell. So,
Hey, I got a question for Pete here. What's up with this Loteria card?
So, before I get to the Loteria card, because Mia Rodriguez just chimed in, that was her saying, "Hey, Dad, you mentioned Marlena, the oldest. You better mention her. I like a peaceful household, and it was
baby or there?
La baby. Es la de ayer. Her birthday was yesterday.
hey,
Happy birthday to her, bro.
Happy birthday.
So that El Carpintero Loteria card was in 2022 when I became the Secretary-Treasurer, the Executive Secretary-Treasurer of the Southwest Regional Council. And so they put that together. I think Lynn Horta did. She put it together for myself, and that was part of the reception that we had afterwards.
está muy perra.
Yeah, está chingón, right?
Yeah, está chingón.
Yeah. And it's funny that I I still got that hard hat, and it wasn't my hard hat; it was my dad's.
Órale.
Yeah, I don't use it. It's actually a trophy for me.
Ah, qué chingón. That's
cool.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
dude. That's
yeah.
awesome, brother.
Yeah.
So how long were you in the field? How do you go from the field to?
So I became first period apprentice, right, with my pop. And if we had more time, I'd tell you that's the whole story on how I got in. But you know what? Fuck it. That's what we're here for, right?
Let's go.
And tell us a little bit about this picture here too.
Yeah, that one there, I'm talking to carpenters on the 6th Street Bridge, telling them to fucking keep their head up and work their ass through the pandemic because ain't nobody gonna come and give us a fucking handout.
Yeah, no.
You know. So I'm gonna run right through this. So my dad says, "Hey, we're gonna go to the hall. We're gonna get signed up and this and that." And so we go to the hall, and he says, "Hey, there was a first period apprentice that just got fired today, and he couldn't carry the 2x4s, pero tú sí puedes. Tú eres
No tienes opción.
Tú eres mi niño, right?" And so we go to the hall, and he goes, "I want you to go inside the hall, and I want you to give him the business card from the superintendent." I said, "What do I tell him?" "Tell him that you're here to replace the first period apprentice that got let go today." I said, "Okay."
Blanco
So I
Maña.
walk in. Here it is. "I'm here to replace first period apprentice." Nobody called. I says, "I don't know, sir." Right? And he says, "Okay, well, you got to fill out this paperwork, but they got to fill it out at the trailer." And I said, "Okay." So my dad goes, "Get his business card." So I get his business card, and we go to the trailer about an hour away. And I get there, and he goes, "Ahora, go inside the trailer and say that they sent you from the hall to replace the first period apprentice." Right? So I go inside the hall, and I go in, and the guy's on the phone, and he goes, "Hey, what can I do for you?" And I said, "Hey, I'm here to replace the first period apprentice." And he goes, I says, "I don't know, man. Here's the paperwork." Here's the paperwork. I'm like, "Fuck, aquí valió madre," right? And the guy goes in, and he signs it, and he says, I go, "Hey, well, so now what?" And he goes, "Monday morning, 6 a.m. I said, "Okay." So I come out, and I got the paperwork, and we get in the car, and it's raining. And my dad goes, "Chinga, madre, ya la hicimos." So we go back to the hall and with $50 in hand, and the guy goes, "Oh, okay, well, here you go. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the paperwork. Take this in. You're a first period apprentice, and you'll get your information in the mail." That's how I got into the
Qué chingón, eh?
That's how I got into
Hey, that's
the
your dad
carpentry.
husling right there,
That's
bro.
the hustle.
That's the hustle right there,
That's the
bro.
grind.
That's the hustle. So when people say, "Hey, man, I have a hard time getting in. I have a hard time getting a job and this and that," hey, man, you got to, what is it that you're able to do that nobody else is doing, right? So I first period apprentice, and then I go through the apprenticeship program. I hurt my back like in 99. I always say off of 99, it was on Catella Freeway. You guys know where Disneyland is? Mm-hmm. So you have the Catella Freeway and the 55 right there. So I blew my back out right there. I mean, fucking.
Were you
It
walking
was
or
pretty.
something?
Yeah, I was walking
On the freeway.
And I went ching on the treadmill. You know what I mean? And I blew my back out. So if you happen to go back to Disneyland and you find my back, turn it in, and we'll put somebody else to work with it.
I got you, carnal. I got you.
But so yeah, no llores. And, so then they were looking for a Spanish-speaking investigator at the labor compliance department within the carpenters union. And I actually applied to be a union rep probably 3 times, and they wouldn't hire me. But when they needed someone that was bilingual, I got in pretty quick.
So what were you investigating? Like
Labor compliance, prevailing wages, non-payment of wages, los coyotes, labor brokers, cash pay, non-sufficient funds, kickbacks,
Immigrant abuse, all this, I know.
all that stuff, immigrant abuse, and all those things, the platform that I stand on today. And so I did that for about 15 years. But I think that the one thing that I did that really got me a foot in front was I participated, and I like to say I started the pizza committee.
Gotcha.
Because in the back of the room, they were always handing out pizza. And there was always a struggle. Well, who's going to hand out pizza? But I always realized that, hey, man, the guys that have got the pizza that are handing them out, they actually are taking pizza home. Right? Okay. And me being about 250 pounds, I said, hey, man, I like this fucking pizza. And then the guy with the longest line had the jalapenos and the pepperoni and all this other stuff. So I says, I got to be on that side of the little wall. So I went, I volunteered, and I realized, hey, man, I got a first name basis with the union rep. I got a first name basis with the superintendent, first name basis with the foreman. These are all people that are influential people that can put me to work if I need to go to work. So I put myself in a situation where we exchanged information. we're able to network, et cetera, et cetera. And so if I needed a job or if I needed to go somewhere and I was looking for some help, we had a first name basis of relationship already.
So, you know who to call.
Yeah, and I had fucking free pizza. I como la vez. So yeah, so got in, did 15 years doing labor compliance, and then I was appointed by the general president to the executive board at the regional council. I was assistant to EST Thornhill. Became elected president of the local, where Dan Langford was the EST, and then.
How does that happen? Do you start talking to the members? Hey, vota por mí. I'm going for this position, or
did somebody influence you?
The influence, or is the post just open?
I think that the opportunities that were open for me were because I wasn't looking for an opportunity. I just wanted to work hard.
Nice.
And I wanted, and I knew that if I had a good attitude, things would happen. I would have never thought that I'd be sitting here talking to you guys as the second general vice president of the United Brotherhood of Carpenters. Never in my wildest dreams.
Chingón, bienvenido.
Right? Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I'd be elected the first secretary treasurer that's Hispanic, right? On the West Coast, or in the countries, what my understanding was. Mm-hmm. And so those are things that you don't even realize that you're starting to create a path for other people to be able to capitalize on, right? And don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Right?
Because they're watching.
They're watching, and there's plenty of people that are sitting there saying, "Hey, watch him fall on his ass next." Right? But if you're going to fall on your ass, make sure you fall on your ass because you made a decision, and you stand by it, and then you don't lie up and you don't lie down.
Exactly.
Always just be upfront. I mean, if you make a decision, you stand by it. Be fair, be firm, be upfront. Your reputation is what you take with you. The membership relies on you to be truthful with them, even if it's bad news.
Yes, sir.
Especially if it's bad news.
Yeah.
And they'll respect you at the end of the day. You know, I've always said that the goal for me is, you know, if I see you at the Stater Brothers or at the Cárdenas or whatever, and you're with your family, and you introduce me to your children, that means I did right by you.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
If you give me one of these and you keep walking, that means
Something
we're not good.
Something
so
ain't
if you give me the ultimate privilege to be introduced to your family, and I did something right.
So when you're in leadership and you're in the front lines, and I see it desde el tiempo de Jesucristo, you're the ones that are getting the shots at. You're the ones that are getting hate. You're the ones that people are talking shit. You're the ones that are getting also like, man, he's getting the recognition. Mm-hmm. How do you handle 500,000 people? Mm-hmm. You know, how do you handle that? What do you tell yourself when you got to make a hard decision that maybe it's not the best for 500,000 of them, but for at least 350,000, or when they see certain views in politics. Mm-hmm. How does your mental state, or what do you do? What advice do you give for leadership?
Speaking of tough decisions, you know, in this game, you can't make everyone happy, right? And what's one decision that you made that ruffled a lot of feathers, but you knew it was the right move?
That's what I was trying to ask.
So I'll answer both of them because it's combined. So I try to keep it as simple as possible, right? And it's jobs, wages, and benefits. You've got to create jobs for your membership for them to be able to get great wages. If you don't got any jobs, don't even talk about the wages, because you could be the highest paid unemployed carpenter.
Right.
What good is that? Right? And then once you get the good wages, then now you can start talking about having those great benefits. In that exact order. Nobody ever walks in and says, hey, I want to be a part of this or I want to be a part of that. Every single person that comes into the union says, do you have work? Do you have a job for me? And so when you make a decision and you're being paid by those members, right, they came to the union for you to create opportunities for them to go to work. If you get caught up in the social issues, if you get caught up in your own emotions, then you've lost focus of why they pay you to be there.
While you're there.
Right? Nobody's paying me to give my religious beliefs or experience. They're paying me to make sure that there's a job opportunity. Now, they might not like the way I go about it, but that's not personal for me. I can't take that personal. All I know is that when I lay my head down at night, that the decisions that I'm making is in the best interest of the membership for them to be able to take advantage and seek employment opportunities. So to answer Rob's question, I think that probably one of the hardest things to do was to be pro-vaccination during the pandemic. You know, whether it's positive or negative, whether you have a red hat or a blue hat or whatever the case would be, it was a time that there was a lot of division.
And they made it very political.
There was a lot of division in the country. There was a lot of division within our organization, and everything became political. Un desmadre, right? And so I stuck to a few things. And don't ask the membership to do something that you're not willing to do yourself. Simple, right? And make sure that whatever decisions that you're making, because you're asking people to remain essential, even though they're nervous, even though that there's some anxiety, maybe there's some religious opposition to it, or whatever the case would be, that's not my issue. Again, if I focus on what did you pay me to do, that is to create work opportunities. So my job was to make sure that you remain essential by definition of the government. And by saying that you're essential by definition of the government, that means that you get work opportunities. And if that means that you have to get vaccinated to continue to gain employment, then that's what I'm going to promote.
Correct.
And so if it's up to you as a member to take advantage of those opportunities or to say, no, I'm not interested. Ask somebody else to go to work for that project or whatever the case. And so we'll keep it moving. It's nothing personal.
Yep.
Right?
And I could see the tough decision saying, because why do I have to get this vaccine in order for me to get work? So that's kind of where the other side of it, where
Yeah. So I mean, you get called lefty, you get called, but nobody ever came to me to my face and talked shit. Everything's been online.
Social media está bien fácil.
No. Keyboard warriors, man, all day long. And so if you get caught up in that, then you get caught up in your own hype, right? Yeah. And it's easy to do. The worst thing you could do is have some alcohol and then start looking at your Facebook post, and you see some fucking scrub. You see some scrub there, you know.
When I said, let me give this guy a piece of my mind right here.
The best advice I could give is type it out, read it, and then fucking delete it. If you feel the same way in the morning, post it. But don't do it at night, man. So that was my toughest. I'd say decision and I stand by it. I mean, I still say that, hey man, you paid me to create work opportunities. That's exactly what I did. You know what I mean? I didn't get caught up in the social issues, the emotional stuff, and this and that. If you want to talk about religion, I'll meet you on Sunday.
Right.
But my job is to make sure that when you go to church, that you continue the tradition that you were taught as a kid, and that is, when you were a kid and you were sitting next to your jefecito, right? Or jefito. And the hat gets passed for the building fund, right? And he dips to the hip and he pulls out the money, right? He always pulls out for himself. What else does he do? He gives you a couple bucks to give back
Para
the
poner la
place of worship.
canasta.
But then when you're leaving, the question is, does your jefito get to actually enjoy, some of the pan, some of the dulces, some of the cafecito? Do you get to go to Denny's with the family and this and that? Or they say, no, ni madres, vámonos para la casa. Why? Because he's not telling you he can't make ends meet. He can't do both. Right. My job as a union rep, right, is to make sure that your jefito, or the man, or the wife, or the woman, the husband, that is passing that tradition on to their family, if they want to go out and have breakfast, they can afford to go do that. They can afford to go do that. That's the religious part that I want to translate. Hey, I don't care where you worship, but where you do worship, I want to make sure that you could practice the tradition of how you were raised in the place of worship, and then you could actually go enjoy some of the fruits of
yeah, of course. What's up, Rob?
Speaking of religion, speaking of God and church, we got some comments here, also from the Facebook community. Manuel Salcido, God is using Pete Rodriguez in a mighty way. Praise the Lord. Jesus was a carpenter. There you go.
What's up, Manuel?
Jaime Beltran, si se puede. Perez, estás cabrón. Let me see. Ray, what's up, Ray? David Padilla Jr., great answer. Shout out to true labor leaders like Pete from the brothers in Yuma, Arizona. IAFF L1234. And then Javier, todo tiempo. And, we're talking about some heavy stuff here, Pete, and I want to know, we're going to get into your legacy here. When it's all said and done, what do you want your people to say about Pete Rodriguez and what he did for his community?
That's a good question. I want them to say, hey man, the guy always told us the truth. He did right by us. He made sure that we had an opportunity. He respected our opinion. We agreed to disagree. But at the end of the day, if I could make that member be able to live a piece of their parents' American dream, then I was successful.
Chingón.
Nice.
Chingón, compadre.
I'm getting deep on it.
No, bro.
Let's keep it light. Let's get into some trending topics. How about that?
Hey, that's only two modelos. No chingas. If I take that little shot right there, man, we might have to start fucking talking in tongues and shit.
You're switching, get me.
I kind of want to hug right now.
I see the father-son connection here, man.
No, we're brothers.
That's what I mean. I see the chin drops coming.
Before we go to the trending topics, I do have a question, bro. Right now, political, and I got to bring this shit out. We're being pointed, criminales, drug dealers, the scum of the fucking earth. They're going to our parks. They're going to our gatherings. I'm there, man. Yo, a veces llego, I'm right there. They take the picture. They do this. Oh, we got your back. And I'm talking about the ones that you supposedly have our back. And then the other ones that say, nah, it's because you guys are criminales. We're only going for people with records. What's your take on all this? Because we're living this now. Yep. And to me, it's like, ¿qué pedo? It's like, is this fucking real?
Yeah. It's troubling, man. And I always have to pull myself back to jobs, wages, benefits, right? Because I'm not here as a politician. I'm here to represent the carpenters union.
Correct.
And so, deportations have been around since the beginning of unions. I mean, as soon as they're done with you, they consider you to be salvage goods. They want to get rid of you. They started with the Asians, right? After the trains were set, and this and that, and they worked their ways through. Discrimination and deportations didn't start with the Browns. It actually started with the Irish that came over the Big Pond and things and so forth. As you start to look at today, I think the difference in the deportations and the emasculation that you see on the streets today is fear. It's terrorism at its finest, right? It's intimidation. What as a union rep for carpenters, I have to make sure that I don't get caught up in the immigration conversation. So what do I do get caught up? Because I want to engage.
Yeah. And I see it. I see it on your.
I have to make sure that when I speak to something, that I don't put a target on my members' back,
Claro.
and that I don't jeopardize their employment, right? Because I'm emotionally caught up on something. So I've thought long and hard about it. And so the question that I ask in return is, how many workers that have been chased off their job sites due to an ICE raid actually received their last or their final paycheck when they were considered illegals or undocumented?
What did the employer do?
Probably none.
What did they do? How many of those contractors that were, in my opinion, could be defined as trafficking, how many of them actually get in the back of the paddy wagon with the workforce that was just detained?
Correct. Yeah. At the end of the day,
these are rhetorical questions because we all know the answers to them.
Yep.
Who does the contractor call besides the attorney that's going to represent them in order to protect them? Well, he's going to call their attorney, but I think that the next person that they call is the labor broker, the coyote, because I need 20 more dudes.
Yeah.
So we've actually, instead of actually fixing a problem, quote unquote, you're actually creating a larger problem because now you've got a workforce that's not going to speak up for themselves con más ganas. You definitely got a workforce that's not going to pay taxes. That's over $100 billion worth of taxes that undocumented workers actually put into the system. But now that you've jeopardized the confidentiality of that, right? Who in the fuck's going to pay the taxes? Not me.
Nope.
My dad became an American citizen. He passed away a proud American citizen, right? Only way he was able to do so was because he proved that he was paying taxes, right? And Ronald Reagan, we all know what he did to the labor movement, or what he didn't do for the labor movement, right? But you couldn't say nothing bad about Ronald Reagan because le dio los papeles a mi jefa.
Yeah.
So you have to respect that, right? So
Mi jefa también, by the way.
so when it comes to immigration, you know, okay, well, let's not talk about immigration. Let's talk about undocumented workers. Let's talk about the criminal contractors that exploit undocumented workers. Let's talk about the criminal contractors that traffic by using labor brokers or los coyotes. They have child labor. They pay in cash, which means they don't pay into the tax system. They also non-sufficient funds. There's kickbacks that are being paid there. God knows what else is going on. No insurance, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on and on and on and on. All I'm saying is this. If you're going to raid a job site, okay, cuentas claras, but eye for an eye. If you're going to take the workforce, then you got to go after the suit.
Yep, get them.
They don't get a fucking free pass, right? Let's go eye for an eye. Hold everybody accountable and keep it on a level playing field, right? And so if the paddy wagon's going to be full of fucking concrete boots, let's put a couple suits in that bitch too, right? If that's compliance.
I agree 100%.
That's compliance.
But when does that shit ever happen? When is that white collar is really found accountable? I don't see it.
I'll tell you why. Because all of us, it becomes trendy to talk shit about the workers that can't speak for themselves. It becomes trendy to emasculate people that you've been sold to think that they're taking your job or that they're undermining your economy.
It's all propaganda.
It's all propaganda. And it's easier to go after the guy that's dressed in an orange T-shirt and jeans and in boots, or he's coming out of the strawberry fields, et cetera, et cetera. It's easy to do that, right? Porque no te van a decir nada para atrás, but it's the most difficult to do. We've all been trained since we were born to respect authority, to respect the system, to respect those that are cutting you the check. Shit, our jefito probably fucking taught, hey, don't ask me questions. I told you to dig a hole. You dig a fucking hole, right? And then you've got the colonialism, right? Mándame.
Right? Mande, that's
Mande.
Yeah, mande.
Right?
Yeah.
A tus servicios.
Yep.
Right? And, right? A tus órdenes. So all of those things is we're taught.
We're programmed.
We're programmed, and I love the tradition of it. But when you start to think long term, we're also teaching to be subordinate.
Yes.
Right? We're teaching those due to our religion and our upbringing, et cetera. We're teaching those to be subordinate to a higher power when we should be teaching our people to actually speak up and stand up and protect yourself, and speak up, stand up, and step forward.
Yep.
Right. So.
Read, brother.
Chingas.
Trending topics.
Let's go with trending topics. By the way.
Yeah.
We just spoke about that.
So this is what really was happening. So now that we're at
so
Bring
check
it.
this out. My primos, they're border patrol agents,
Orale.
right? I got primos that work for customs.
no les dices, how can you?
I say, hey man, don't let me fucking catch you on the streets. You know what I mean? But and we all have the same sentiment, right? They're put in a position to where if they cut against the grain, then they're fucking down the road as well.
Yeah.
But I'm proud to say, you ain't gonna find a Rodriguez wearing a fucking mask. You know what I mean? They're out, they're doing their job, but they're not out there fucking rounding people up.
Because this is literally what's happening. Let's shoot this real quick. This is the Trojan horse. They went to a Home Depot with a freaking U-Haul or
They had a
box truck.
rental truck.
Penske. So they're going after the vendors of the streets, going after the guy that's looking for a few bucks here and there. And I mean, is this even necessary? Or is this just part of the propaganda, making that cat like a lion?
It's shock and awe. It's shock and awe. It's the same thing that we did in Iraq, right? When Bush went in to look for the weapons of mass destruction, right? And so what you're going to do is you're going to go in strong, and you're going to intimidate, you're going to emasculate, and you're going to get everybody in line to do exactly what you want them to do. This is the bigger picture is, as well as I do, if you watch Canal 34, Telemundo, Univision, etc., this is on repeat all day
Yes.
long.
Yeah.
Scare tactics.
It's a scare tactic, right? And so
And it works. Dude,
Oh, it's fucking
my
working.
suegros are American. They turn American citizens, and they carry their citizenship certificate because they're afraid they're gonna get on the tienda or the swap meet or algo.
Que me arresten, que me lleven. Big ass lawsuit. It's all good.
No,
I
but
remember
sí, güey, because
it
but
used to
they
be-
don't think that.
it used to be you look at a Penske or a U-Haul truck, right? And you would associate it with the Unabomber.
Oh, do you remember? Yeah.
The Unabomber.
Kidnap,
Well,
yeah.
fucking the feature Unabomber gets a free pass now
Yeah,
because
no,
these
that's
guys
inmigración.
took Penske's and they're taking it to a whole nother level.
Sí, la neta que sí.
And the way they targeted California, that was the reason, like, what you're going to target? We're going to target California. I know Los Angeles has the most Mexicans and
Immigrants, yeah.
immigrants compared to El DF. El DF has first, and LA has number two.
I'll tell you what. If I lived in LA and I was being targeted, I'd move into the Asian community because I'm yet to see an ICE raid in the fucking
No.
Asian
Yeah.
community.
In Chinatown.
Right? And Chinatown, you know, but it's political. Now
It
it's
is,
political. I mean,
100%.
yesterday, you know, Governor Newsom had a press release, and I'm not saying yay or nay on the press release, but what's the chances of an ICE raid outside of that press conference? It's political.
It's all political.
Yeah.
It's political. It's all political, and we're being used as pawns.
What's up, Rob? 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes
Yeah,
for
it's funny because real quick on that, there was a comedian who was talking to his buddies like, "Hey, what's going on with us? You know, you're an illegal alien. Aren't you worried that you're gonna get pulled over, get arrested, get caught?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Why? Because I'm European, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm white." He's like, "It doesn't matter. I might be illegal, but I'm not Mexican, so it doesn't matter."
Yeah, no, it's crazy to. It's in here. I won't talk on behalf of the carpenters on this one. I'll talk on behalf of myself. You know, and it's crazy to see first generation, second generation forget where we came from, and realize that the people that are being targeted, that are being victimized, that are being emasculated, they look just like the person that's sitting on your mantle that carries your last name, that gave you the
Abuelito.
opportunity here.
Tu abuelito, tu abuelita, tu
Yeah,
papás.
and well, hey, my family did it the right way. Fuck off. That's bullshit, man. You're telling me that you guys are fucking you're saints. Your
Yeah.
families are saints.
They don't-
Have you ever read Have you ever read the book Deported?
No.
no.
No,
have
I'll
to
give her a
check it out.
shout out. I love her. I love the book, and it's by Jorge Ramos. Her Defectors,
wow.
Paola Ramos.
Paola Ramos. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Listen to the book. It's a great book. I'm not a yeah.
We'll check it out.
There's stuff in there that I'm kind of like shady on it, but
Yeah.
she's got a great message in there, and you can tell she comes from.
Y es la hija de
de
Ramos.
Jorge. Yeah,
de
she
Jorge.
got a good pedigree there, man. She does stuff for Vice and stuff like that.
Órale.
She's great. She's great. I like her.
Órale, órale.
What else we got going on, Rob, for trending topics? We're going to close with immigration. Because that is an emotional topic. It gets me all fucking
It
wired
gets me
too.
fired up too, man. And you know, I'm going to say something at the convention on my speech, and part of my speech is you can't get caught up in your outrage, even if the people that are running from the job site raid look like your papa.
Yep.
Damn.
Amen.
Right? I mean, that's some serious, because it's the truth.
Yes.
You see it and you say, "Fuck, man!" And they're not running for their lives. They're not gunshots. They're running for their livelihoods, right? And so everybody that comes here, they come here because somebody promised them a job.
They're looking for the American opportunity. They're looking to have a good living. That's what
It's
they're
their
looking for.
livelihoods.
The-
They
And
came
work
here
for
because,
it.
well, they came here
And
because
work
they
for it.
made a promise and a commitment that they're not only going to take care of their children, but they're also going to take care of their mom and their dad, their jefito back at home, or whatever the case may be. And this raid is now jeopardizing their ability to provide for their families. They're not running from bullets.
No.
They're running from their livelihood, because they want to continue to make those commitments, whether they're here legal or illegal or documented, or I hate legal. I like saying undocumented, if anything.
I don't like
If-
the alien thing.
Yeah. It's
Nuestra raza.
it's a pattern.
It's
a pattern.
dehumanizing, right?
It's dehumanizing. There you
Yeah.
go. It's perfect. So we have to make sure that hey man, don't forget where you fucking came from.
Yep.
La Malinche is a real thing, bro.
Hey, but I heard you say, Pete, about the convention. You're talking about the 43rd National UBC Convention. What's going on with that? Is it coming up this week?
So that starts on Monday and it ends on Thursday. We've got The delegates from United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico coming in. We come in, we take care of some business, we take care of some resolutions, any constitutional amendments. There's a whole bunch of business. We also have the nominations and elections of the General Executive Board, starting from the top, General President, all the way through the General Executive Board.
And this happens during the convention, or
during the convention?
During the convention?
On Wednesday,
Wednesday.
Those will be nominations. So you have all the different district vice presidents that'll be running for office, and so I'll be standing there shoulder to shoulder with my compadre Frank Hawk.
Shout out to Frank. Frank and Mike Hawk out there. You guys are awesome.
El pinche Panchito.
We actually we're gonna be there on Monday and Wednesday. They give us some guest passes to go check it out. So we're very honored.
¿Invitaron, güey?
A mí sí, pero le dije, dame uno para Raciel. I was like, let me give Raciel one.
Let me know. I'll let you know. I can probably get you. I can get you a guest pass. I don't know if I can get you an account.
Give me a guest pass. That's what I got. So we're good.
So with trending topics, we're almost wrapping up the show, but Canelo and Crawford's coming up. We want to talk about that. What's going on? Canelo and Crawford. Who you got?
So let me jump in that real quick, dude. I think it's a bullshit fight. I think that, Crawford, to me, he's probably in the top 2, 3 pound for pound fighters, and I love boxing. But you're going to go up 3 weight classes, bro. There's weight classes for a reason. I am a betting man, so I think I'm going to throw a couple of bucks in there. I think Canelo's going to do a knockout. There's people that say they compare him to Floyd. He's going to, jump around. But when Floyd fought Canelo was 22 years old, and he was 152. It was a cash weight. These ones are almost up to 170 pounds. Yeah. There's no fucking way.
And not only that.
So I'm going to tell everybody right now, if you are a betting guy, do not bet your fucking rent. Do not. But if you got $100, $200, bet him on Canelo. I think if you're getting that 2-to-1 fucking odds, Canelo just comes 5-to-1, 7-to-1, 8-to-1. This is a chance to make some money, unless he looks hella old. That's just my opinion.
And not only that, the Canelo that fought Mayweather is not the same Canelo, bro. No. And that's what people don't understand.
That's what I said. He's 30 fucking pounds more, bro.
No, just the skill-wise, too.
You like boxing?
Ultra instinct.
Are you a boxing fan, or?
Besides baseball?
I'm an old school boxing fan.
Yeah. Chavez?
I remember sitting in my tantarans, sitting there while everybody was gambling in the back, and partying and watching, Chavez, and you've
Tyson.
got Manos de
Piedra.
You've got Sugar Ray Leonard, you've got the other dudes, the guy that scared the shit out of me, Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
He scared a lot of people.
He looked scary, man, right? But that's the benchmark. Right?
Different times.
That's where you were at.
And now you see it. You can't help but think of Dancing with the Stars. And shout out to the Mexican fighters, because they still hold it together. And I think that there's such a thing as the purse gets too large, and they stop fighting.
Becomes a sparring session
for the prize, because everybody's getting a trophy.
Yeah. So para ti is baseball. That's your sport.
I love baseball, man. I'm a Dodger fan. My pop. So we used to walk Angel Stadium for the All-Star games, right? And so because you get the free tickets, et cetera, you walk the stadium. But I remember to the day getting in my dad's van, right? And he had his cooler in the middle, and you were in charge of the Bud Lights, right? And we go up the fucking 5 freeway and and we went to a Dodger game where Valenzuela was pitching. And as much as I love baseball and I'll watch any game here and there, but there's something about that energy that I felt that day, right? That pride and now, shit, man, I don't know how many years later you realize the games that I went to that were for free, that was just, hey man, we hit the fucking lottery.
Yeah, claro.
The game that we went to that my dad had to actually work to buy the ticket was the Dodger Stadium to go see Valenzuela.
That's amazing.
So I'll throw that. I'm getting you.
He's
I got you.
You're going,
tomorrow.
He's going to the Dodger Padres game.
Yeah, I'm going to Padres tomorrow. Yeah.
What a beautiful stadium in San Diego, right?
No, you're going to LA.
I'm going to check it out. Yeah, it's LA.
Chavez Ravine.
Is it at Chavez Ravine?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going con Racelito y... No me
With my
invitaron, man.
friends.
What do you
I'm
think
going
of
with
your
my friends. We got an Airbnb out there.
You're too old, bro.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a lot of fun.
LA and Padres. We're going to do betting. We're going to do Dodgers straight, and then I think a first run in the first quarter a bet. So we're gonna see if those.
So
hit.
how does that work? It's like a minus.
You don't know.
I don't know. I just put money in, and if it hits, it hits. I don't know.
That's like me in the it's like me in the stock market right now. Put $500 on it, see what happens with crypto.
A ver
you know?
qué pasa.
Yeah.
So who do you think? All bullshit aside, just baseball, right? Dodgers or Padres? Who takes the National League West? And you want to watch those chats fire up right now. All right.
Dodgers.
I say Dodgers. I know Ohtani is like having like a
That guy's a
generational
beast,
run.
man.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's like insane.
The best of all time.
He's a beast. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't see them losing if they have that kind of talent on their team.
That kind of money to get that kind of talent. I mean,
That's true.
So I'll say something that the Padre fans are going to love, and that is, if I'm a Dodger fan, but I don't want to play the wild card game against the Padres, because there's something to be said about las ganas and about trying to prove something, right? And the Padres have something to prove. They want to beat the Dodgers so bad that they'll go all in, they'll sacrifice anything. And the art of war says if you put somebody against the wall and you don't give them an exit, they're going to fight you to the death.
The
They're
underdogs.
going to fight you to the death. So on a 7-game or a 5-game, I'll put the Dodgers up against anybody. But when it comes to the emotions behind the game, our Dodgers, our True Blue, they're true professionals, man. They know that they're the long game. But those guys in the brown, man, they play with a lot of heart and a lot of fire, man. Be careful with those Dominicans and those Puerto
pues a ver cómo les va. Go ahead, Rob.
All right. So this conversation has been all kinds of money. Thank you so much, Pete, for coming in. And we're wrapping up the show now. I know we got some swag for the guests. Is that right?
Yeah, so right here between Alec and Iram and the team, we got you a little something, a little swag pack.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate your
Gracias.
time. Appreciate for stopping by. Appreciate all the support, the love. You guys have been great to us. Y la neta, pues, bien agradecidos.
And that's on both sides, Union Raza and the Artkore. I mean, you guys, everybody, supports Artkore and Union Raza, all the carpenters, all different states. We really appreciate you guys.
Well, we appreciate the swag that you guys put on the members. The members love it.
Yeah.
And you guys are a voice for a lot of folks that, regardless of whatever backgrounds they have, it's a kick-ass logo, and it creates that internal cultural pride, and I respect that a lot from you guys. And I appreciate you guys having me here. Appreciate you guys allowing me to speak up and speak on some things.
Oh, gracias.
And anything that you need from me, I'm here for you.
Ya sabes, carnal, next time you're in town, when you're not working, let's go play some golf.
How much we putting on?
I'll take some money from you. It's all good, bro.
How many holes you gonna give me? How many strokes?
What's your handicap?
I don't got a fucking handicap.
Exactly.
My handicap is fucking
I'm
9 modelos.
That's me. That's my kind of golf. It's just a cigar and
three
all.
shots of tequila. But yeah, dude, next time you're in town, if you have some time, we'll definitely, we'll get out of work and then we'll go play some golf. We'll
See
give Raciel
what I
play.
mean, Junior? You try to walk me into a trick question. don't let them do it, man. Two golfers. That's all.
Always a pleasure, brother. Appreciate you.
Likewise.
And
Gustazo, carnal.
you're
Igualmente,
always
gracias.
welcome to be here. Whenever you want to come back to the podcast, or you have anybody in mind that would be great for the podcast, let us know.
You got it. I appreciate it.
Gracias, hermano.
Muchas gracias, Pete Rodriguez and the
Chao.
Union Raza Podcast. Que Dios me los bendiga a toda mi gente allá.
Rob, thank you for everything, carnal. Nos vemos.
All right.
Union Raza Podcast.